A powerful king, surrounded by enemies on all sides. He wins numerous battles and even controls the Pope. Through skillful alliances and brutal warfare, his power grows more and more. But one day, at the height of his power, he suddenly falls ill and dies within a few days. Was it an insidious poisoning by his enemies, or perhaps a deadly betrayal from within his own ranks? This is a look at history. Great that you are here. Today, we take a look at Ladislaus of Naples, also known as the Magnanimous, a king whose life was full of power struggles, intrigues, and conquests, and whose death remains an unsolved mystery to this day, despite all the existing theories. Ladislaus was born in Naples in February 1377. He was the son of Charles III of Naples and Margaret of Durazzo. When his father was murdered in 1386, Ladislaus was only 9 years old. His mother took over the regency while he was growing up. His early reign was characterized by conflict, particularly against Louis II of Anjou, who also laid claim to the throne. During this time, Ladislaus and his mother fled several times for fear of attack and lived for a time in the fortress of Gaeta. The political situation was extremely unstable, and as a young king, he had to stand his ground against numerous threats. Ladislaus was appointed Duke of Calabria in Naples, a traditional title for the heir to the throne. Despite his young age, Ladislaus was a good politician and military strategist. Even at a young age, he showed great skill in forging alliances and strengthening his position, and used the unrest in Italy to expand his power. One of his greatest achievements was the reconquest of Naples in 1399 after defeating Louis II of Anjou. This consolidated his rule and made him a dominant figure in Italian politics. He married 3 times to strengthen his political alliances, but had no children who survived him. During the Great Western Schism, when several popes laid claim to the Holy See at the same time, Ladislaus used the situation to his advantage. He initially supported Pope Boniface IX, who recognized him as King of Naples. This not only gave him religious legitimacy, but also a strategic alliance against his enemies. When Innocent VII became Pope, Ladislaus was able to further expand his power. Innocent VII saw him as a protector and ally, which gave the Neapolitan king considerable control over papal affairs. However, this relationship was not to last, as the political interests of both parties often came into conflict. Although Ladislaus had the Pope's support at times, his relationship with the Holy See remained strained. Innocent VII and his successor, Gregory X, were under constant pressure from the king's expansions. Gregory X was particularly weak and could hardly resist the king's military pressure. As the schism continued, Ladislaus supported the anti-pope Alexander V and later John XXIII, who backed his military campaigns against Rome and other papal territories. However, these alliances were fragile and often characterized by mutual distrust. He also campaigned in other parts of Italy, conquering Tuscany and parts of Romagna, which brought him into direct conflict with other Italian city-states, such as Florence. In 1409, he sold his claims to Dalmatia to the Republic of Venice in order to secure funds for his military campaigns. He used these funds to strengthen his armies and carry out further conquests. In his final years, Ladislaus concentrated on consolidating his power in central and southern Italy. However, his aggressive policies and military campaigns had created many enemies. In 1413, he carried out an invasion of Rome, reconquering and plundering the city. However, this last major campaign exhausted his resources and weakened his position. Ladislaus's constant wars and the burdens of administering a greatly expanded territory eventually led to his decline. His sudden death in August 1414 left many of his plans unfulfilled and plunged the Kingdom of Naples into a period of uncertainty. On August 6, 1414, Ladislaus died suddenly in Naples. His death was unexpected, and rumors immediately circulated about a possible poisoning. Who could be behind such a murder? Ladislaus had just been preparing for a new military campaign when he suddenly fell ill. The speed of his decline quickly led to speculation about unnatural causes. Some reports mentioned that he was in severe pain before his death, supporting the theory of poisoning. There are several theories as to who may have poisoned Ladislaus. He had numerous enemies inside and outside his kingdom. His aggressive expansions and interventions in papal affairs may have led his opponents to plot his death. There were also rivalries within his court. Some historians suspect that members of his own court or family may have poisoned him in order to assert their own claims to power. There is also the possibility that Ladislaus succumbed to a natural illness, which was interpreted as poisoning due to the medical ignorance of the time. Some historians believe that the king suffered from an infection of the genitals, which led to his sudden death. This theory is supported by reports of his physical symptoms, which indicate a severe and possibly untreated infection. The death of King Ladislaus led to an unstable period in the kingdom of Naples. His sister, Joanna II, ascended the throne, but was unable to consolidate power in the same way as her brother. Ladislaus of Naples was an impressive military leader and a skilled politician whose campaigns and conflicts with the papacy had a significant impact on the Italian political landscape in the late Middle Ages. However, his ability to gain and consolidate power was undermined by his aggressive policies and the many enemies he made. His death marked the end of an era and left behind a kingdom that struggled to recover from constant wars and political intrigue. Interestingly, despite his political and military successes, Ladislaus left behind a mixed legacy. While some see him as a strong and effective ruler, others criticize his aggressive policies and numerous conflicts that left the Kingdom of Naples in constant turmoil. Thanks for watching. You can find even more videos on my channel. Activate the bell to never miss a new one in the future. See you soon, and bye-bye when we take another look at history.